Alright, we left off yesterday at 9332. Here we are. Haven't done anything since. So I figured what I'd talk about today is the attributes. Now, there are a lot of places online where you can look up on websites what the various attributes do for the various classes. And there's a lot of math involved, a lot of charts, which to me is kind of boring. So, just real quick, energy goes to mana. Vitality goes to stamina and life. Stamina is maybe more important than you might think. It lets you run for a long period of time. And if you're trying to run while you drink potions, health potions, and you're waiting for your health to creep back up, you don't want to run out of stamina and end up walking. Dexterity goes to attack rating and defense. Attack rating is your chance to hit, and it's some wacky, complex math thing. Like 110 does not equal 110%. It compares to their defense rating, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Your level also makes a difference. So my 110 gives me an average chance to hit a fall of 95%. Defense is 71, average chance to be hit 5%. And then strength is your damage. I don't know as the strength actually affects the fire blast damage. I don't think it goes up as strength goes up. But you can see here in these boxes there's a big bar here, or that might just be a continuation of this, but there's a big bar that separates each of the secondary attribute sections here. So this section with strength, these three separated by this bar here with dex, these two with vitality, and this with energy. So because we're not going to be using any magic gear, we will never have things like percent lifesteal, plus mana per kill, faster cast rate, things like that. And because of that, we're going to be drinking a lot of potions. And our mana pool here is going to be our ability to burst damage. The potions will give us sustainable damage, but I think the burst damage is going to be more important, especially in the early game, because we want to kill things very quickly. Sustained damage will become more important as we start to face bosses, and especially in Nightmare in Hell, if I make it that far. Who knows? I've never done this before, so this is going to be an adventure. But when you get to the bosses that are basically just meat factories, and you have to sit there and pound on them, that's when the sustained damage will become more important. But hopefully I make it there, and we'll see how it goes. I still fully believe that this is a matter of patience. Playing hardcore, and playing hardcore NoMagic will be even more a matter of patience. I think the Paladin probably has it going on in hardcore NoMagic because you just turn on his offensive auras and then walk around. You don't even really have to click on anything. But here we'll actually be getting in and mixing it up a little bit, as little as possible. Eventually, we will get up to the Wake of Fire, and that's going to be our primary attack method, ranged attack method. Wake of Fire drops, it's kind of funny. We're in this medieval-ish setting, and Wake of Fire drops what amounts to a little machine gun wherever you click, and the machine gun pops up and sends chevrons of fire shooting out, and it'll shoot, I think, 5 times? Yeah, 5 times at level 1. And as you go up, it does more damage. And then what I'll probably also do is drop 1 point into Claw Mastery. There's diminishing returns as you go up, but Claw Mastery 1 point will give you plus 30% attack rating, plus 35% damage, and a 3% chance of critical strike, which is not insignificant for just 1 point invested. And then 1 into Burst of Speed for that initial run, walk, and attack speed. And then 1 into Block because I want to be able to occasionally block, even if it's only 26%. Shields will be better, but... And then this stuff down here, especially once you get into the high levels, only dropping 1 point into this, you'll have a little helper. It's basically a clone of you, but your clone really is not very effective at all, unless you really dump a lot of points into it. Add poison damage to the weapons. Hopefully we don't find a lot of people who are both physical and fire immune, or that might come in handy. And these sorts of things, I haven't used these a lot. Resist all plus 19 for 120 seconds. That might actually, when I respec later on, you get 1 respec per difficulty, so you get 1 at normal, you get 1 at nightmare, and 1 in hell. So I might plan this out for redoing. You respec over here at Akara.
The Order welcomes
Reset
you.
stat and skill points. You can only do it once. So you do what you do until you're ready to respec, and then you change it up. So what I might do is drop 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and then I'll read up on this and see what it does. I might end up maxing that out just for the resistance, for survival's sake. But required level is 18, so, and you can only put 1 point per level above the minimum required level. So if it's a required level 18 to start, then you won't be able to max it out until level 38 at the absolute minimum. But I may not max it out because, like I said, there's diminishing returns. So you'll start off with resist all 19%, and by the time you get up to like level 18, 19, 20, each additional point that you put into it will only give you a plus 1% resist, and it's probably not worth it to max that out. Probably be better to you know, add a different trap, like the corpse explosion trap or lightning, to give you a few more options, especially when you get to monsters that have resistances or immunities. So yeah, that might be a thing. Venom, probably not. So yeah, I'll probably do 1, 1, 1, and then get that up to speed, but I don't know what that'll look like yet. Martial arts, nah, not doing anything in the martial arts. I'm doing traps because I want to keep them at a distance. Blade Fury, on the surface, seems like a good idea, but the actual damage output, in my experience, is really pretty low, and the mana consumption gets high. The little kind of tripod traps that you set up are far more effective than your ninja star things. So, yep, so we'll do this, and then Wake of Fire. Probably not Wake of Inferno. Probably Fire Blast, Wake of Fire. And then we'll do Shockwave, Charge Bolt, Lightning Sentry, and Death Sentry. Death Sentry is basically just Corpse Explosion. Martial arts, so probably 10 at a guess, 10 there. And then in the end, probably 20, 40, 60, 80. I might only take these to 19 or 18, maybe 15, depending on how diminishing the returns are, and bump that one up. We'll see. No sense in getting super caught up in that, considering I'm, what, 5th level? Yeah, level 5. So I won't get super caught up in that quite yet, but let's see, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so mana, you don't want to run out of mana super fast. Now, you can just pop potions as fast as you can, but the larger your initial mana pool is, the bigger a potion you can drink. And the bigger a potion you can drink to fill up your mana pool, the longer you can sustain your output. So right now, minor mana potions, 30 points, and my total mana pool is 32. So one of these is good enough. Whereas if I had a mana pool of 150, then I would need a full mana potion just to touch it. And so you can have fewer mana potions and still fill up, whereas if I had 150 mana and I was using just these, it would take almost my entire belt just to fill me back up once. So my belt could have 6 refills, or it could have 1 refill. I'd rather have 6 refills. Life is obvious. This is how hard you can get hit and how many times you can get hit before you die. Defense is really going to suck later on, which is why you want to try to stay at range. Going no magic, no blues, no yellows, no golds, no greens. You're not going to get the huge buffs to defense that you get, especially in the yellows. So that's going to fall down real fast, and we're going to start taking some hits, so we want to be pumping vitality. We want the dex up so that our attack rating is up and our defense is up. Now, dex, my understanding is that dex, you don't get points for every point of dex, you get points for every 4 points of dexterity. So it's still good to increase it as you're going, but just don't freak out if you're bumping up your dex and you don't get a buff to your attack rating or your defense, because every 4 points you'll actually get something. It's not like energy or vitality, where every time you put 1 point in, you'll see your stamina, life, or mana go up. And strength, the main thing with strength is, not that one. All of your gear, especially at higher levels, is going to have a strength requirement. 20. So at the low levels, a lot of this stuff doesn't have a strength requirement, but this one does. 25, 20, 26, 27. And you'll get to the point where some of the things have required strength of like 50. And the same with dexterity. Some of your thrown weapons will have a really high dexterity. I think a balanced knife, I think, is the best thrown weapon in Act 1, and it has a required dexterity of 51 or something like that. Now, the best armor that I have found in level 1 is chainmail. So scale mail, required strength 44, chainmail 48, but defense 35, and this is defense 75, so that's pretty significant. So you want to get your strength up to 48 if you can in Act 1. And that's right, we were going for 33 and 33, so I could upgrade to wrist blades. And then after that, we're going 37, 37 to upgrade to the hatchet hands, which is the best assassin claw that I've found in Act 1. And then from 37, eventually we'll get to 48. I don't know whether we realistically can get there in Act 1 or not. We may end up not actually wearing this in Act 1, even though it dropped in Act 1. We may not end up wearing it in Act 1, because as your level goes up, you start to lose experience, not lose literally, but you get less and less experience for killing all of the monsters. If you're massively over-leveled, you can get as low as 5% of your normal experience for killing things. So... where are we? Oh, go through the underground passage to the dark woods, search for the tree, recover the scroll. So, we were at the stony field, except we hadn't actually got the stony field waypoint yet. So, let's go look for the stony field waypoint. Chance to hit, and I keep missing these guys. Alright, in general, rather than running around searching for something, you can follow the road. The road will take you to an exit. Hopefully it's the one that you want. Done that from the beginning, rather than running the whole way. Diamond. Oh, throwing knife. That'll be worth picking up. Splits and does all sorts of wacky things here.
Not enough mana.
This is not the burial grounds. Darn it. Alright, we took the wrong road. Took the road less traveled. In my output here. That's never a happy thing. Click, wait, and then she dies. A chore to find the waypoint. got that unlocked for future use. Now we need to find the underground passage. Okay, so sometimes the underground passage is along a rock wall like this. But it also sometimes is a cave in the ground. Just like...
Not enough mana.
Just like the Den of Evil. Or the pit, or the cave. So here are the standing stones. Man, this guy sucks. Really hate this guy. Alright, here we go. Ah.
Not enough mana.
That actually worked out in our favor. I was able to take that guy down without activating him. He just kind of stood there and took it, which is kind of a cheap way to go, but any armor, so I'll just go ahead and give her this.
I'll put that to good use.
I guess the next bow I find, I'll give her a bow and a hat. Hey, look, a bow. There, so she's at 2 to 7.
I'll put that to good use.
Level 12, huh? Mana cost 3.6. Wow, that's an expensive spell. Shockweb. 6 mana. So I think I'll actually do Claw Mastery. 1 in Claw Mastery. Just continue to balance everything out. And I think I see the passage up there. So, let's go through the passage to the dark wood on the other side. Great.
Healing potions now are pretty much up to speed. We'll fill fully if we drink one of those. So if we're taking hits, we got 9 points of buffer there. So if we take a hit or two, oh man, bad juju there.
Not enough mana.
Well, that sucked. So let's go revive her.
Good day. Good day. $96,600. Oh, life per hit. Boy, that'd be handy right now, wouldn't it? Skeleton with a fire aura is problematic because he's gonna do damage to us without even touching us, just being in the general area, which sucks. But life is an adventure. Guys. Not enough mana. We'll take these just to... I'll pay for the cost of resurrecting her. That's ethereal. That's gonna be worth pennies and nickels.
Yes?
That's not even gonna be worth identifying. 184. 210. So now we lost money on that one. And so it goes. So she almost doesn't need money. Repairing is going to be comparatively cheap. Actually, let's resurrect before I forget.
The Sisterhood welcomes you. Greetings.
Let's get her a skull cap. And actually, I should look at what she can do.
I'll put that to good use.
You know what? We don't want her wearing any magic either. So we got Strength 36, Dex 47. Strength 36, Dex 47. Those are magic. So that's the best thing right there. Strength 36. Oh, she can wear this. Okay, so 2 to 10.
I'll put that to good
4 to
use.
13, that's an improvement. And defense 44.
I'll put that to good use.
76. No superior wrist blades. No. Alright, let's see if Geed's got something better.
Good day.
Defense of 15. Marginally better. Man, I think that's actually better. 3 to 10. I think that's actually better than what I just bought. I'd be a lot more careful about buying things if I had more use for the money, but since I'm not going to be buying anything, I'm going to be selling everything, it's not going to cost much to repair anything, I kind of don't care. So defense
I'll put that to good
76
use.
to 81, 2 to 6 to 3 to 10, yeah. So 4 to 13 damage,
I'll put that to good
5
use.
to 19 damage. Some Herodic cubing, free up some space. How much did I spend? A couple thousand. Alright. We took down that guy. So let's see how it goes. And geared her up. Slow and easy.
I need mana.
Don't want to let my health get down too much.
I need mana.
One wonders who comes in here and lights all those torches. It's quite civil of them to set up this little tripod and keep that torch fueled with a lantern or a torch or whatever. It's really quite civil of them. That was it here, right? Yep, that was it. Hoping this is the end here. It's handy. I hear you. Someone's shooting me. Resurrecting. Shit.
Not enough mana.
Walked into a nasty nest there, didn't I? Alright, out into the dark wood. Now, hopefully, we can find the waypoint and call it good for now. What we don't want to do is find that super fast Yeti. Dude hits like a brick. There he is. Yep, she did. And I'm running. Hey, where'd you come from? Guys. All right, so back to town.
Greetings.
Resurrect her again. Good thing she's not hardcore.
Greetings. Would be nice if that if I had found that waypoint. Now what I'm worried about here is popping through on the other side and getting mobbed, getting completely overwhelmed from the get-go. So 7. Probably 4, maybe 5 more levels to go before I can upgrade, before 24, I'll be 33, 33. Yeah, I mean, if I balance everything out, I mean, I'll hit it in 2 levels if I don't. But it won't do me much good to blast strength and dexterity up to 33 to equip the wrist plates if I don't have the life to be able to survive doing anything. Yeah, so I think I'll call it for now, because all those guys are going to be mobbing at the entrance. So we call it for now, and when we come back, at the very least, we've unlocked the Stony Field waypoint, so that'll be easier. But sometimes it's better to just walk away and reset. Go back to the Stony Field, find the underground passage, fight my way through there, 2 levels higher than I did this time, so it should be easier. And then come at it fresh with all of those Yetis not surrounding the entrance, so we don't get mobbed right when we step out. So we'll call it right now 25,903.